My approach is to foster a love of literacy through working with a diverse collection of texts. I want my students to feel safe and welcome in the classroom environment, whether they are confident and flourishing readers and writers, or if they're cautious and anxious beginners. I want to focus on the joy of literacy rather than making students anxious with all the technicalities. I will be teaching about the fundamentals of literacy, including reading, writing, speaking, and listening, through a balanced literacy model, which includes guided, modeled, shared, and independent study. Ensuring that English language learners feel supported and successful is key to my literacy strategy. I will honor my students' linguistic repertoire and encourage them to use their L1 or home language skills as they learn English. I believe that bringing funds of knowledge into the classroom can also help students become successful. As a person who has lived abroad and studied abroad, I can empathize with the ELL experience of being in a new culture and space whilst learning a language. Another key part of my literacy strategy is to foster critical literacy skills. One of my most memorable lessons from high school is when we learned how to analyze historical documents through the lens of origin, purpose, value, and limitation. This lesson has helped me to continue to consider whose story is being told, whose story is not being told, and who is telling the story. Now, as a teacher, critical literacy has made me passionate about bringing diverse texts into my classroom. I've always loved reading, and I've learned so much about different cultures through reading. I believe that educators should be bringing in intersectional voices into their classroom. I also strongly believe in bringing Indigenous voices into my classroom as a way to start decolonizing our education system. Because Canadian education has been rooted in Eurocentrism and has erased Indigenous knowledge, bringing Indigenous voices back into the classroom is one small step I can make on the pathway to reconciliation. I strive to bring diverse texts and a variety of art forms into my literacy classroom. I grew up in the arts, especially with music, and I see the value of arts integration. I want to integrate the arts into my literacy programming because I believe that students can learn through the different voices and stories that come through art. I also think that arts integration can lead to culturally relevant pedagogy, so my students feel represented and affirmed in their culture in my literacy class.